Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Joy of Puzzles. I have for you today a puzzle titled Disney World that was published in 2020 by the Disney Theme Park Merchandise Company. Regrettably, I could not find any information about this subsidiary of the Disney conglomerate, so I don't have any details about the company itself or when it started, but I've only seen their puzzles around for the last couple years. So, can't talk much about the company, nor can I talk much about the artist. I mean, they don't even list one on the box. It just falls under Disney. And they have teams and teams of talented people every day making interesting stuff. So, I can't give any credit to any of those folks. So, instead, we're just going to talk about the puzzle itself. The image is a representation of the Disney World theme park. It contains most of the iconic rides and images from each of the individual parks, and the puzzle itself is shaped like a Mickey head, two big ears and a round face, looking straight on. The centerpiece of the puzzle is the castle from the Magic Kingdom, and around that are numerous of the iconic rides from Disney: Splash Mountain, Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, a lot of mountains. Also on the puzzle in the upper left ear, it's all about Epcot, and at the center of that is the Mission Earth ride. And around it, it has a couple of the other iconic things, Mission to Mars, the Land of Imagination. It does a little representation of a few of the countries that are on the other side of the lake at Epcot if you've been there. The other ear is about the Animal Kingdom. The main thing there is the Tree of Life, the big iconic feature in the center. It also has kind of a representation of the Himalayan roller coaster along with the Dino World that's there, and Safari. It shows animals and things of that nature. And on the bottom portion of the puzzle below the Walt Disney World logo is the representation of the Disney Studios. It still shows the Tower of Terror and the Rock and Roller Coaster, and it hints at some of the Star Wars stuff. For now, Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster are probably the most famous, but Star Wars will soon be taking over as the main attraction down at Disney Studios. They also did a good job, if you've been there, for the Toy Story kind of world, a little roller coaster and some things, of course, surrounding the children's desires and rides they can handle. Okay, so that's the puzzle. The puzzle is a 1,000-piece puzzle, and the build time was 4 hours for two people. So I'm going to tell you right now, it's a pretty easy puzzle. The strategy was not the normal strategy. I say it all the time, hey, normally I build the border. Well, the border in this case is just this single shade of blue, and the puzzle is oddly shaped. So solving the riddle of where all those little pieces go, yeah, it's possible. You have to just look at the curvature of the pieces, and some of them have hints of other colors and images. You could lay it all out, but frankly, it was not a winning strategy. We would have just wasted our time. So instead, we decided to pull all the white pieces. We figured that covered the big Walt Disney World logo, along with Cinderella's castle, and a couple of small other items in the puzzle itself. And after that, with two people involved, it's a little bit of a free-for-all. What we ended up doing was building small images, animals and rides, and the specific attractions that caught our eye, and we built them all in these little sections. And then we eventually, when we had enough of them built, we kind of oriented them correctly to match the puzzle itself, and then we found all the connections between those features we had built. Towards the end, we kind of split the task, and there was enough of the puzzle built that One of us went after the border, while the other continued to fill in a little bit of the hunt and peck method of the plain blue and things of that nature. You know, it's a little bit of a grind at the end, but the whole thing was 4 hours, so I can't really say it was much of a grind. So let's talk review. I'm going to rate this puzzle in 4 distinct categories on a scale of 1 to 5. The first category is the puzzle material quality. The folks at Disney have been very consistent. I give them an above average score of 4. The material itself is thinner than most puzzles that I've built. A very firm paperboard, and so the material is, again, above average. It makes it a joy to build in that respect. Once we are done talking about the material, the next category is the cut quality. Do the pieces snap together? Are they all stuck together in the box? Or when you put a piece in, does it fit where it should fit and you know it fits there? The answer is all good news. They are above average. I'm going to give them a 4 on puzzle cut quality. Again, it makes building a puzzle much more enjoyable. You don't fuss with the pieces as much. The next category is difficulty. Well, we built a 1,000-piece puzzle in 4 hours. We pretty much did it in one sitting. There was the last 15 minutes we had to actually step aside for a little bit and come back to it, but it was basically one sitting. And 4 hours, honestly, is more of a stretch than I normally put into a puzzle, but because everything was so nice about it, we kind of didn't notice, and next thing we knew, we were basically done and 4 hours had passed. So difficulty is only a 2. The fourth and final category is the most subjective of all the categories. It is frameability. If this was a poster, would I buy it? If I was the type of person that took a puzzle and sealed it and never built it again, would this be on the list? If you've watched any of the other reviews, the Disney theme puzzles that I've done, I've given them only a 2 because they were more like posters and were much more associated with only a real Disney enthusiast would have them because they don't tell much of a story. This one's a little different. This one I'm going to give a 3 for frameability because there would be no explanation needed. If this poster was hanging in a kid's room, it would be self-explanatory. It doesn't feel like only very specific people would be interested in seeing it. So this one is about higher than the other Disney theme park puzzles I've done. I'm going to give it a 3. And that brings us to the final category, overall. What the overall score. And it's not linear because difficulty is, can be a good thing being low and it can be a good thing being high. So all that being said, I'm going to give this one a 4. The material quality, the cut quality, all being above average, and the image being actually quite nice. This is, to me, a 4. I would definitely build this puzzle again. And it's a quick build for 2 people. Enjoyable. The odd shape adds some uniqueness to it. So definitely a 4. At the end here, you'll see me take all the edge pieces and put them in a little plastic baggie. No, that's not cheating. That's just making life easier, saving 20 minutes for myself or the next person. Alright, all that being said, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click like, maybe even subscribe. I appreciate all the folks out there that take 10 minutes out of their busy day to watch this video, and I look forward to bringing you more videos on a pretty regular basis. Again, thanks everyone. Hope you enjoyed.